Yeah, so Wayne is asking if there's a way to identify when a bar closes within 25% of the high or 25% of the low of that bar. And man, I haven't had that question in a super long time. Well, let me first start by saying, this is a customized math problem, right? You're trying to find 25% of something, so be aware, BloodHound is not a math indicator, right? So really, you should have a custom indicator, where you can plug in whatever percentages you're looking for, right? And custom tailor that indicator to do the custom math that you're wanting to do, right? Just like how, the stochastic is a customized mathematical formula. Same thing with the MACD, right? So the same thing kind of applies to, finding the closing price within, a percentage of high or the low. So really, you should have a custom indicator, dedicated to doing that custom math there. But we can get close by using the ATR, all right? And and if you're familiar with the ATR formula, you'll notice that the ATR uses 3 prices, so it's not exact, but it gets you in the ballpark. And actually, let me see if let me see. What we really need is Ninja's range. Yeah, I don't know why Ninja doesn't actually have this as an indicator. Huh. Yeah. NinjaTrader has a mathematical formula called range that will give you the range of the bar, so that, and you can use that within indicators. They really should make that an actual indicator. I don't know why they don't. Yeah, since NinjaTrader doesn't make that method an indicator, we have to use the ATR. Yeah, we can use the ATR, and as I said, that gets you close, right? So let's put the ATR on here, right? And if we look at a 1 period ATR, right, then it's basically giving you the average range of each individual bar. And let's see here. I'm gonna shrink all these up here. Well, let's look at this one here. So this says 1.5, and yeah, and actually the range is 1.5 on this bar. So it works. Yeah, so it works pretty good on short bars here. But I think once you get to these longer bars, so that's 4 1/4. There you go, 4 1/4. Yeah, that's 4 1/4 too. So, oh, that's right. Yeah, so the ATR works really well when the close is either at the low or at the high. Let's see here. Yeah, because I'm using a 1,000 volume chart, I don't get a lot of variety here, but here's a good example. So if the close is near the middle of the bar, that's when your ATR is not going to match the range exactly there. Yeah, so let's just kind of run with the ATR here and take a look here. So let's see if I can mark a couple of bars here. So that one definitely looks like it's in the top 25, or, well, I'm sorry, actually bottom 25. That one definitely is. That one's obviously, let's see, that one most likely. I mean, there's a bunch of them here. that one is probably not. I don't think that one is. That one's not. Probably not that one. Probably not that. Yeah. Or that. Or that. All right. So we got a bunch marked here that we're kind of guessing at. So let's get BloodHound open here. And see if I can remember how to do this. Let's see here. All right. So I know we need a comparison solver, right? We're comparing the closing price to the high and the low, but we need to apply a multiplier here to the average range of that bar. All right, so I'm going to put both of the inputs on price, set them to price, right? Input A is going to be the closing price. Input B is actually, okay. Actually, with BloodHound version 2, because we have this rules window, actually I think it's going to make it a lot easier now. So let's play around with this and find out. Okay, so we're going to go into the rules window here. And we want to use our offset units here. Set that to ATRs. And we now need to set the ATR period to 1. So we're going to go into the settings window here. And instead of 100, let's set it down to 1. Down to 1. And let's see here. So we want to know if the close is greater than or equal to the high minus, so we want to minus that 25% off of the high. So we can take the ATR and take 20.25, right, or 25% of the ATR, and subtract that from the high. And we're going to reverse this. Let's see, reverse this here for the short output. So this would be plus, and put in 0.25 or 25%. All right. I believe that is it. Let's see what we have. Let's see here. Well, close. Yeah, that looks like 25%. That does too. That does too. That one's in the middle, so obviously nothing there. That one is kind of close to the middle, but it doesn't quite look like it's at the bottom 25%. Yeah, that doji is pretty much near the middle. We got to close at the high, close at the high. There we go. Close near the top. We got to close at the bottom. That close, let's see, is that about halfway? Yeah, that one looks like it's really close to the 25% bottom, but not quite. That one's in the middle, so no output there. Yeah, that doji is definitely at the top 25%. That close is about halfway of the bar. So yeah, that looks good. Actually, let me do this. This will help me out here. I'm going to put an indicator. I'm going to overlay an indicator on the bars here. And come on. Tools. SharkIndicators, go into Tools. And where is it? Chameleon. There we go. I'm going to grab Chameleon, an old kind of superseded indicator here. And there we go. So I'm going to turn off the high and the low plots. Make those transparent or invisible. And what I want to see is the mid. Yeah, the mid plot. Yeah. And let's see, let's just make that white. There we go, make that white. And we'll make it a hash line. And let's make that thick. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Oh, dash, let's put it. Yeah, dash is okay. There we go. So we got this nice white line there at the midpoint. That'll help us kind of gauge a little better. So yeah, that closes definitely at the bottom 25. Yeah, that's up there. That's a close at the high. That, yeah, that is not quite 25%. That's pretty close to the midline there. Yeah, that looks like it's at the 25%. Yeah, close up. Ooh, look at that one's close. That probably missed it by a fraction of a tick. So that, yeah. So there you go, Wayne. Yeah, to me this looks like this is actually working out pretty darn well. Yeah, those two. Yeah, that one looks like it's just a fraction under that 25% from the high there on that bar. Yeah, that's a close at the high. That's a close at the midpoint. So, yeah, close at the high, close at the low. Yeah, so there you go. I think that is actually working very, very well. There we go. Now, I set this up, I guess, kind of the standard way. A close at the high, a long output, close at the low, a short output, and of course you can reverse those depending on what exactly you're doing here. Let me see if let me read your question again, see if I got this right. Okay, yeah, so actually Wayne wants the opposite. So he wants a short signal if the bar closes within the 25% of the top. Okay, yeah, so we actually want to reverse these conditions. We could take the easy way and just hit the swap button, and there we go. So a close at the high, right? There you go. We got a short, close at the high, short, close at the high, short. Yeah, we could just swap that there, but I would recommend, not using the swap button because it's easy to overlook the symbol there and forget that this solver was actually built backwards, right? So instead, let's go into the comparison rules here and build it the right way. Oops. So we're going to reverse all of these conditions. Let's see. First, I actually need to reverse my inputs. So we want a short output using the high price of the bar. So we're going to reverse those prices there. There we go. So now we want a short output if the close is greater than or equal to the high minus that 25%. And then we just reverse the conditions for the long output here. Like so. There we go. All right, there we go. So now we have a close at the highs there, and we're getting a short output. Yeah, which matches Wayne's example. All right, so there you go, Wayne. So setting up the inputs pretty straightforward, right? Input A, we're comparing the closing price to either the high for a short output or the low price of the bar for a long output, right? And then the rest was, just setting up the condition there, getting the plus and minuses right. And then switching the measurement unit to ATRs. Oops. And then also making sure that your ATR is set to a 1 period, right? So, all right. Well, that does it for the questions so far.